say it's really a really good story.
Oh, thank you.
And it's, yeah, what triggered you to the story? What do you like about it?
I just like that it's a character-driven, story-driven movie. They don't really make those kind of movies anymore, and those are the movies that I grew up watching. So,
what I really liked in the end that he's kind of learned his lesson and he stands up in the end and says, "Okay, with me, I pay the price for what I did." And
yeah, and to help others, you know, even if it means risking his own freedom.
Yeah. And what do you think about? I mean, there's really not a good, let's say, view about politicians in the movie. How important was it for you to make, especially this statement?
Well, I think it is a statement. It's not necessarily a message. The political aspect is really just the backdrop. But, you know, these are the really powerful kind of gangsters, the people that have the power, that don't have to necessarily wield the gun, but can ruin and destroy a lot of people and get away with it. So, you know, but again, politics is just the backdrop. I wasn't really trying to make, you know, too much of a statement other than, you know, let's tell a great story that's really intriguing, and the scandal is very appealing to people, and there's so much corruption in politics, especially in America, that people like to see when they go down.
They definitely do. And what about Catherine?
Catherine's fantastic. You know, she has that accent, and she's so sophisticated that she's a bit intimidating, but when you get to know her, she's just such a sweet, down-to-earth lady.
And how important is, let's say, the city of New York for this movie, the whole environment?
Yeah, I mean, New York is a character itself in the movie. And, you know, it's big politics and, you know, a lot of things at stake. You know, you have all these... New York is, what, I think like 11 square miles? So you have this, you know, the skyline is so big, yet it's constantly growing. And you have all these inner city housing projects that are kind of like on the edges of the city, and those are gold mines for a lot of people. You know, I think they've been watching, but where are these people going to go? They lose their homes. And
that's what really intrigued me. And it's like this tiny little stories around. You see his girlfriend, who's a complicated path in a way they got through. And yeah, is it what you look for, like depth in the character, not just one story? But
yeah, I mean, look, I like to make a lot of different movies. But this is the kind of movie that really fuels my passion. You never really know what's happening. I like to fancy myself as a smart guy who can always tell what's going to happen, who's going to do what. And when I was reading the script, I couldn't figure that out. But when you were talking about like the relationship that I have with my girlfriend, we were brought together from a tragedy, not necessarily from a happy place. So that relationship was always doomed from the get-go. And my character has this other woman who's in his life who's perfect for him, but yet he doesn't recognize it, you know, because like most guys, you know, they want that girl that's kind of out of their league. And it's only going to bring you heartache and pain.